So I get a lot of questions about the M65 hood attachment. So I thought it'd be a great time to make a little video about the M65 hood attachment, how it actually attaches, and the hood on the Gore-Tex Parka as well, which a lot of people don't even know is a little fur rough attachment as well. So let me go ahead and demonstrate that right now. So this right here is the M51 M65 hood attachment. I believe this was originally designed for the M51 fishtail parka, but the hole patterns do match, and that style of attachment was continued on the production of the M65 all the way up through the final stages of the ACU. Alright, so the official nomenclature is going to be Hood Extreme Cold Weather with Synthetic Fur Rough. Now as you look through the hood attachment here, what you're going to see is a plethora of different button slots, different buttons, all the way across this skirt here, all the way to some Velcro. And you're going to see this little loophole there as well. Now on the other side, you have a lot of cuts for buttons. And there is a snap on the far end. Alright, examining our DCU M65, you're going to see slots here, across the back of the neck. I think there's only 2 on this one. And then you're going to have some snaps. Snap, snap, snaps. And this really out of place button there and there. Those 2 have a purpose. And you're going to see these 2 buttons in here that are not just for attaching the field jacket liner. Alright, examining the ACU pattern. We have the exact same patterns going on. Slots, buttons, snaps, all the same stuff. And finally, we have our M81 Woodland M65, which has the same buttons, slots, snaps, all the way across. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the internal piece right here to the inside of the jacket. And that's the wrong spot. There we go. So we're going back to that snap now. Okay, see this snap right here? On this hood, there is a snap attachment point right there. I'm going to go ahead and just snap that on. Flipping the coat over, we're going to go through these slots right here with these buttons across here. I think there's only 2 on this one, and this actually is probably going to be easier if I just open up the hood. I'll forget to close it. And the second one. Okay, so as we go around the outside, we're going to see this little loop right there. That loop attaches to that oddly placed button right here, like so. Alright, the last and final button on this one is going to be up in there. Attach it right to that little corner, the field jacket. I'm going to do it once over here and make sure this is actually correct. Okay, now that is your fully attached M65 hood. Now you're going to have a lot of other slots that don't go to anything. The best I can tell is that was probably for early iterations of the M65. Maybe some of you guys out there have the older OD green ones that match the hood. Or it was also part of the M51 Parka and they just never removed the buttons. But there's a lot of other snaps that aren't used and a lot of just odd layouts in here. Do the best you can and you'll figure it out. Just work your way from the inside out and you'll have this very nice, very warm fur rough hood on your M65. So as far as I can tell, in every M65 I have seen, they should all be able, including the ACU variant, to take that hood. I have not found one yet in my collection. I have probably 6 or so, and they all have enough holes and enough buttons to make this work. So if you have any of these real military issued ones, you should be able to attach it no problem. It's definitely large, but remember, it's also made to fit a helmet too. But it's not crazy. And there's a wire in here you can actually bend. Some people don't like that, some people do. You can actually bend this wire to shape, and you can use this Velcro, and you can actually close up your hood if you need to. It is pretty nice. It does keep the snow out of your eyes in those blowing storms. Alright, so moving on to the Gen 1 Gore-Tex Parka. I think this is an even less known hood attachment. And yes, it already has a very good hood with its own little bill that comes out. But it can also take a fur rough attachment as well. That's what these little snaps here do. Okay, so a close-up of the hood of the Parka here. We have got 9 snaps that are all inside by this little bill here. And in between each of those snaps is a set of Velcro. This is the fur rough attachment. It's a piece of Gore-Tex material with that same fluffy white on it. The nomenclature on this one is going to be Rough Parka Extended Cold Weather. So thankfully, this is a much more straightforward attachment. Way less convoluted buttons. As you can see, there are 9 snaps and corresponding Velcro in between, just like on the hood. Most likely that's because this is only for the Gen 1 Parka. As far as I'm aware, this fits nothing else. Okay, I'm going to take the hood, open it up, and just go from left to right, taking the first snap and just going all the way down the line. There we go, just 9 snaps later, and the hood is fully attached. So besides looking like there's a ferret wrapped around my neck, when I flip this up, I have absolutely no peripherals. I almost feel like Kenny from South Park right now, and it's just a little bit too crazy for me. I get it for, extreme Arctic conditions, which is what this is designed for, but for me, I'm probably not going to wear this on here unless it is absolutely blowing snow all over the place. This is pretty tough. Alright, so this concludes my M65 and Gore-Tex Parka hood attachment video. If you guys would like to get any of these hood attachments, eBay is a great source. Maybe try Venture Surplus. Those guys usually have some weird stuff like that in stock. But Merry Christmas, everybody, and be safe.